Hi, it's Neil Friedman here from thinAir Wellness. Some of you may know and some of you may not know that one of the key services that we provide at thinAir Wellness is genetically matched nutrition plans. But really what I wanted to do in a quick video today was try to give you some of the other information that comes out of the DNA testing that we do to give you an indication of the kind of information we get and how it can be practically used. So if I just bring on the screen one of the slide shots that comes from my personal DNA results, you can see there, and I'm going to just focus on one little aspect here just to give you an indication of how we utilize the information involved. So if we take a look at the area that I've circled there, which is basically indicating that my response to information from ATP is poor. So firstly, what does that mean? So for those that don't know, very, very simply, ATP is the energy currency within the body. So to get our muscles and our body to do anything requires ATP. Our bodies produce ATP via different cycles, different methodologies, depending on the nature of the exercise we're doing and depending on whether there's oxygen present or not present. In other words, whether we're doing an anaerobic or aerobic type of activity. However, it doesn't matter what exercises or what the cycle is that's being used. For your muscles to move, for you to actually have a contraction, at the end of the day, we require ATP. ATP is a finite reserve, so as we use up our muscles, we use up our ATP, and then our bodies have to metabolize and create more ATP so we can keep on going. So, is that a negative thing? My ability to produce ATP is labeled as poor. So how is that a positive thing and how can I use it? So if we take a little bit of a definition of what we come through with, what we mean by me having poor ATP response, without going through that, if we just highlight the key abouts there, the amount of rest that you need, in this case the amount of rest that I need between bouts of maximal activity before you reattempt a second bout is 75 to 90 seconds. So there we go. That's what this DNA result means for me. It means that if I train, for example, doing weight training, if I do a set of exercise, bench press, leg curls, whatever it might be, and I train to failure, in other words, I take my sets to the point where I can't go any further, then I need to take a rest bout of at least 75 or between 75 and 90 seconds before I do my next set. That's what that means. It means for my body to recover the ATP that I've used up in that first set. Takes me 75 to 90 seconds, then I can go again and put in a maximal effort for the next set, which actually means that using this information, I can train better. It doesn't mean I can't get results. Still get the results. It just means that I now know how to time my set intervals to get the best results. If we look a bit further down towards the bottom there as well, though, what this also means is that because of this ATP response, I show an increase in tissue inflammation, which in the case of building muscles may in fact be beneficial because we want inflammation. So beneficial to those wishing to increase muscle mass. However, you must give your muscle time to recover. In other words, between bouts, I need to give myself the 75 to 90 second rests. So that's just one piece of information that comes from our DNA tests and our explanation as to how you can utilize that better. I'm talking specifically there about training, but don't forget that our key offering, our key service from thinAir Wellness is around doing DNA matched nutrition plans, where we take a calorie controlled, macro controlled diet designed around you, but match that to your DNA to be able to get the maximal effect and also make it easiest for you to be able to stick with the plan in question. But when we do the DNA test, we get all this training information as well, and we explain it to you or to your personal trainer if you're using one, so that you can get and work to not only eat to get maximal effect or maximal benefit, but also to train to get maximal benefit. It's Neil Friedman from thinAir Wellness. I hope you found that interesting. For any more information on this or any other matters, please message the page, message the Facebook page, or contact us via any of the contact methods on the screen at the moment. Thanks very much for listening.